I'm visiting from Brooklyn, New York, and I am a global shaper with or without the title. What I believe is my life mission, my purpose, is to ignite change, positive change, by igniting the flame of self-discovery that will lead you on your paths to where you want to go. This is what I live for. So I reflect the energy that I get from the people that I speak with. My gift is to see greatness inside of you, and I would like to invite you to go on a journey with me of self-discovery for the next 30 minutes. So the first thing I'd like you to do is start to reflect the energy that I'm giving you. So we're going to do a test run. When I say shape Africa, I'd like you to say, woo! Ready? Let's try it. Shape Africa. Woo! That was pretty good for a test run. So we're about to turn it up a little bit, right? So reflect what I give to you. We are here to shape Africa. Woo! We are here to shape Africa. Woo! That's what I like to hear. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We are gathered here today from over 50 different countries, different places all over the earth to shape Africa. Woo! Come on, I'm seeing people standing up like this. We're going to keep on going until I see some body movement, right? We have to engage our kinesthetic. Motion is emotion. So let's get this moving. We are here to shape Africa. Woo! Now, take a moment and think about what that means for you. Each of you showed up with something that has you lit up inside, a feeling, an emotion, something that's making you feel alive right now, in this moment. Embrace that feeling. Clench your fists like this. Clench the other fist like this. And bring them together. And just control that energy right now. Step into that consciousness that made you a global shaper. The kind of person who sees more for the world than they do for themselves. The kinds of leaders who others will follow. And I would like you to take a quick step backwards from wherever you're standing right now, a small step. And before you take your step forward and step into the space that we have created here this afternoon, I want you to imagine not what you stand for as an entrepreneur or things that you are currently doing and achieving. I want you to stand in your truth as human beings. Imagine for a moment what that means for you. Imagine that who you are defines what you do and not the other way around. Embody that and step forward. On the count of 3, step forward one more time. 1, 2, 3. And own that. Own that feeling that you currently have in your bodies. I'm going to walk you all through 3 different areas that I believe human potential lies in. It's what I like to think of as our frequency of success. It's something that's always available to us. And I'm going to show you how today. So take a moment. You can release your arms. And take a moment to make eye contact and connect with at least 5 people in the room. And then have a seat. So, I believe that by raising our consciousness of the following three P's, 3 words of the day, we have the ability to not only change our lives, but the lives of the people around us and the lives of those who will come after us. And those 3 P's are the following. The first is presence. The second, perception. And the third, purpose. So starting with presence, I like to think of presence as our ability to step in a moment, engage fully with both our hearts and our minds. Presence is what allows us to build relationships that transcend transactions. Presence is our ability to show up and share who we are in a way that transcends what we do. And presence is rooted in our ability to be curious, our ability to be grateful, our ability to acknowledge our moments that are so fleeting and transient, the moments that we have in this room right now. So as you think about curiosity, there was an amazing stat that was cited earlier. That was between the ages of 2 and 5, you ask about 30,000 questions. Between the ages of 22 and 25, you ask about 3,000. And so stepping back and peeling the onion back to what it actually means to be curious, to be present in the moment. Think about what it would be like to have 30,000 questions on your mind about the person sitting right next to you, the people who you just made eye contact with. It probably empower you to think beyond what their current venture is, which is just a moment in time. It's a moment, it's a representation of what they believe and who they are that you're seeing on the outside and the business that they chose to develop, or the challenge that they might be facing in the drug of the monthly paycheck. So as you think about curiosity, I would like to plant the seed for you to grow your awe and wonder and desire to ask questions. Ignite that passion to know more. You don't have all the answers. To ask more, to learn more, create more. And the second piece of presence, I think, is gratitude. Take a moment to think of something that you're grateful for. It could be the opportunity to be in this room right now. It could be something that led you to being able to be here. It could have been an introduction that you received to even learn about the Global Shapers Initiative. It could be something back home, dear to your heart, family, the people who have loved you ever since. When you think about gratitude, it's difficult for fears to exist because you're tapping into something that's so much bigger than you. The 2 human fears are the fears that you're not good enough and the fear that you won't be loved. And when you are able to tap into your gratitude, you're able to share something with something that's outside of yourself, where fear doesn't exist. So that's my thoughts on presence. So thank you for being present in the room. The second piece is perception. And perception, before we do a quick exercise, perception to me is a dichotomy between how we see things, but it's also the different stories that we tell ourselves. These are the things that shape our perceptions. It's the difference between seeing the glass half empty and seeing the glass half full. It's a difference in the stories that tell us or highlight our inadequacies, our limitations, and the stories that empower us, remind us of our greatness, remind us of our possibilities. And it's the difference between us being able to take steps forward to these brilliant and vast visions that we have, or being able to shrink back away from them. And so as you think about perceptions, I'd like you to think about three concepts. The first is our interpretations. So this one should be fun. I would like you all to pair up with the person sitting next to you and decide who's person A and who's person B. Do that quickly. And once you've done so, just look forward. Alrighty, so person A's raise your hand, please. Great, looks about half the room. Person A, I would like you A, B, and C. Sure. Person A, I would like you, being present in the moment, to think about the thing that you are most passionate about right now. The cause, the mission, the business, whatever that is that you could talk about for days. Get that into your mind right now and prepare to speak about it. Hold that. Person B, I would like you to imagine every possible way that you could show that person A, that what they're saying doesn't matter at all. For 30 seconds, I would like you all to practice this exercise. 1, 2, 3, go. And stop. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Now, we have to admittedly know that we are some pretty interesting people in the room. Right? So when we're engaging and when we're sharing our passion, it's hard for others not to listen. But in spirit of the exercise, person B, I would like you to embody somebody who shows that they ignore other people, that they do not have a care for another person's voice. What are the things that you might do to show somebody that you're completely disinterested? I want to see that. So person A, I want you to be even more passionate than ever, more passionate than you were before. Person B, use everything that you can to show them that you're not interested. 30 seconds, go. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. All right, now. So I'm gonna need you to bring it back. I need you to bring it back. All right. I would like to hear from person B. What were some of the things that you did to show that you were disinterested?
Taking selfies.
Hey! Selfies without them in it. Perfect.
I walked away.
You walked away. I saw him chasing you, actually.
But I walked. I said so. I wasn't interested.
You said so. And then what happened? So he defied the odds. He just said, I'm going to talk to you regardless.
I was A. He was B.
Okay.
Selfie, and I told him that his idea was already done, so it already exists.
Okay, so he basically said, whatever you're telling me, it already happened.
And then, in the end of his speech, I asked him, what did he say? So let's continue to be present in the moment, right? Person A, I want to know how that interaction made you feel. Person A's.
So, on one side I was invited.
Oh, one moment. We're doing person A reflections.
So I said, on one side I didn't really believe it because I mean my passion was happiness. It's really hard to argue against happiness. And then I guess my belief is strong enough also to not be too affected this person. But it was a fun exercise.
All right, person A.
Well, I kind of got pissed off just because I knew I had a valid point a little bit like him. So I felt like he was being disrespectful more than me not probably being right.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for that, Zach.
Let's get a few more.
I had two feelings in one. So the first feeling I had was I was pissed off. That's why she not interested in my passion. Then she walked away. The second feeling immediately after that kicked in was go after her and convince her. Because you're so passionate about this thing.
I think that resonates with me a little bit. He would look away, I'll literally follow you around and listen to me because this is important. And also let him know that this is why he's a loser. You know, so.
Yes. So the illustration of this exercise really is, we all know the behaviors that we don't want to see, that we don't want to experience. So as we think about being impactful, being powerful, being present, and having a positive perception outwardly, but also positive self-perception, let's keep in mind some of the things that we were doing when we knew that it was the opposite of what we were looking for. The next time you're trying to have a meaningful dialogue, imagine what it's going to feel like when you speak your truth, and then the person, when it's their turn, when they're excited to share it back, you have an email that couldn't wait. Right? So the second piece is our assumptions. So I'm not talking about business assumptions, business strategy. I'm talking about our personal assumptions. And that is typically rooted in, if it's happened before, it will happen again. So as we think about our assumptions, right? Today, we were in a room, we had CEOs, we had a minister. When you walked up to them, perhaps they didn't give you that much of their time. Maybe they did. But that interaction is a microcosm that has the potential to affect the way you view your future action. It might be understandable, but at the same time, you might have an assumption that CEOs are busy, And until I'm more important, they won't have time for me. If that CEO said, listen to you for 15 seconds, got a sense of who you were, and thought, my goodness, I might be standing in front of the next big thing, and they told you that, I think that what you're working on right now has some big potential. You got something special. If they told you that then, how quickly would you be ready to speak to the next CEO? How quickly would your assumption that what you have to share is too important, too big, too pressing to wait, right? So as we think about our perceptions influence our actions, and our assumptions are another big piece of that. And the last piece that I'd like to talk about for perception is our beliefs. And our beliefs are really our core. So as you think about the things that you believe about life, about what's possible, we all come from very diverse places. The experiences that I may have in New York City with my identity may be different from what somebody may experience here in Rabat or Marrakesh, or in Ghana, or in Italy, or in any of these other regions. And so our beliefs are powerful. And somebody said something very powerful earlier. They said, if they're running away, chase them. I'd actually like to argue the other side. If they're running away, let them run. Because the people who you want to attract are the people who believe what you believe, who can resonate with that. And I think as you think about limiting beliefs, a limiting belief could be, nobody who looks like me has ever been the CEO of a Fortune 100 company, right? So I don't believe that it's possible for me to be that. It could also be that there will never be gender equality in this world. There will never be electricity in every single town and village on this continent. But the beliefs that we have, in the dreams that we have, that nobody else will be able to bring to life, are the dreams that we have to embody within ourselves every single time that we are present in a moment. It's our beliefs that empower us to do things that other people say have never been done before. And they ask you, why you? You don't have the education. You don't have the experience. You don't have the background. And look at the way you dress. Look at the way you look, right? All these different voices that we might hear that try to shape our beliefs about ourselves and those stories that we start to tell ourselves. Oh, maybe they're right. I never got a bachelor's degree. Maybe they're right. I don't have 15 years of work experience. Maybe they're right. The corporate road is for me. I was never meant to do anything more than this. So our beliefs are powerful. So take a moment to think about some of the beliefs that you have right now. And think about, are they serving you or are they hurting you? Are they making you feel stronger in your beliefs or are they limiting you? Are they catapulting you, giving you vision, giving you momentum, or are they stagnating your progress? Our beliefs. And a big part of our beliefs are also shaped by our networks, the people who we surround ourselves with. So you can imagine the listening exercise that we did before. There are some people who are part of our circles right now who it's time to get cut off, right? Some people, maybe they're in our families. It might be difficult to cut them off. But we have to surround ourselves with people who inspire us to be better, to grow more, to learn more, to want to aspire to do more. That's power in our belief and in our networks, the people who we choose to surround ourselves by. There's a concept that we are the summation, or we are the average, rather, of the 5 people who are closest to us. So think about some of those people who surround you on a daily basis, who surround your thinking, who question you every time you decide to do something a little off the wall. And the last piece that I'd like to bring your attention to is purpose. So we talked about presence, perception, and lastly, purpose. And as you think about purpose, to me, purpose is connecting to something that gives you meaning, that gives you value, a sense of vibrancy to your life. It's a sense of, I'm waking up to do something today that can't be put off any longer, right? It's a sense of, I'm living for something more than myself. I'm living so that, as somebody said earlier, so that my ceiling can be the floor for my children. It's powerful, right? And so as we think about having this sense of who we are in our purpose and standing strong in that, I'd like you all to think about two concepts. The first is self-discovery. And there are many ways to explore self-discovery. Here are a couple real ways you can start right now. The first is think about the conversations that you're having today. Which are the ones that get you excited? That get you feeling something? It's like, wow, I could see myself. I've been in sustainability for the last 5 years, but what you're talking about, the work that you're doing with refugees, it's powerful. I want to be a part of that. What's the driving, and then think about what's the driving force behind that desire. Is it rooted in human empowerment? Is it rooted in scalable solutions so you can be a role model for every African entrepreneur who might follow you? Or wherever you're from, whatever country you're from? Think about the purpose. Ask yourself the tough questions. Ask yourself those questions that get you to think deeper, further, farther. And the second piece is having a sense of our gifts. When I talk about gifts, it's easy to say, I've been trained as a professional coach. It's easy to say, I've been trained to see greatness in people. It's harder to say, my gift is to see greatness in people. Because that's the truth. Each of you in this room have different gifts that make up who you are. It transcends what you do at the moment, and it's something that you might say, I'm great at persuading a group. I'm great at standing in front and influencing. But it might be that same talent that was being bred when you were 5 years old, in recess in the schoolyard, and all your classmates used to come and look to you to figure out what game to play that day. And so, as you think about this sense of purpose, think about the things that make you unique and how you can begin to own those things. Because it's when you stand in that you allow yourself to show your real self and your real truths. So really quick, we're going to end on a very strong note. Everybody stand one more time. So step back into the presence of the energy that you felt earlier. We're going to do it one more time. Shape Africa. Yeah! It wasn't even woo this time, it was yeah. Let's do that one more time. Shape Africa. Woo! Shape Africa. Woo! Think about what that means. 54 countries, 1 billion people, right? 1 billion people. We have the chance to shape the lives of the people of the present right now and the people who will come after us. On the count of 3, you're going to step into your truth. But before you do that, understand this. By standing in your truth, you empower the people around you to stand in theirs. On the count of 3, step forward into your truth. 1, 2, 3. Feel that strength. Embrace the presence of this moment. Embrace the positive perceptions of your life that can transform relationships at a snip of a dime at this very moment. And think about your purpose. Own that and shape Africa. Thank you.